see its graphics, yeah. One sec. Putting it on now.
The strength of your convictions.
I'll show you. Okay. Settings, graphics, on custom because I've got obviously depth of field and motion blur off. Everything's maxed out, man. Ray tracing on, reflections on, shadows on, ultra. DLS, I've just got an on auto. I don't know what's the best for it, to be honest. I actually could do with doing Alt and G. Putting the performance tab on. Goes off, don't know.
Fuck's your problem, Psycho Suit? Doesn't look like a landing pad to you. Could have fucking crushed us. Jesus Christ.
Okay, no, hey, we ain't looking for no beef with you.
Seems trouble wants in.
I don't want any trouble. Just here on business.
Good to hear. Welcome to Lizzie's.
Don't come here often, do ya? It's good to see you, cabrón. Now sit down and
Good,
tell
no?
me what's got your shorts in a knot.
It's good to see you too, Jack. How you been?
I got sparks flying between the Valentino boys and Maelstrom. Eddie's there for the taking, as long as you don't get flatlined. Yeah, I know how it is. Can't complain, but we ain't here to shoot the shit about me. Let me hear about this problem of yours.
Data shard. Take it.
Yeah, it actually does, man. That's why I've been wanting to play it. Like, the graphics are insane. Like, the ray tracing shadows itself, like, if you have a look at what it does to Minecraft. I do have a good monitor, that's the thing I do.
Won't come cheap. It'll have to be done on the sly. No trail. Hard Eddies only.
Got the money.
Full crew job for sure. Techie, maybe two. A runner with a gold-plated brain. And a driver with wheels from hell. Not to mention, a solo.
The piece I'm missing.
That what you need from me? My trigger finger to zero this lady?
Thought I could always count on you, Jack.
Yeah, it is. Since I've upgraded the graphics
I'm not
card,
all
boys, it's
sunshine and rainbows,
good.
but this job ain't my style. Actually, I didn't think it was yours either.
You know how Arasaka operates. Or, okay, maybe you don't. This isn't a professional request I can refuse.
But I can. And I am. And you should too. Now, what do you say we liquor up and talk life? Gracias, mamita. Double tequila with grenadine and lime. Nothing better for drowning nerves.
You know I don't drink.
You still never bend the rules, huh? Hey, okay, I get you. job and all the rest of that corpo bullshit. You know what it is? Un pacto con el diablo. Been saying it all along. Sold your soul to those Arasaka fuckers. Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
Those are the rules, Jack. You want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. Saburo Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself. That's the only way.
Maybe someday. But for now, I'm still well within their reach.
You'll always be within reach. Always. Hey, you lost? Got a problem?
V, is that right?
Did Jenkins send you? Don't believe I know you.
You don't, but we know you very well. Jenkins assigned you a task today. You'll share all the details with us.
No, don't believe I will. That's between me and Jenkins. Ugh, fuck!
How you feeling? Pretty sharp dive, huh?
Your access to company networks is hereby revoked. In 2 minutes, any company cybernetics in your possession will cease functioning. Give us the data you received from Jenkins. This will conclude termination procedures.
Information's on the shard.
Going wrong here, boys.
Smart choice.
We done.
With the formalities, yes. But I think Abernathy would gladly up our fee for ridding her of a piece of rot like you. Stand up. You're coming with us. Come on, move
Wait
it.
a minute. I think you fellas might have forgotten just how far from home you are. Not sure this barrio's your style.
We have...
Ooh, dodged one there. V.
Like,
I'm gonna skip this so I don't have to do the cutscenes, okay?
Or... I'd say you got it. You couldn't say no to him.
I think my PC is getting a bit too hot.
This is a turn for the better. You'll see. Besides, you haven't lost everything.
about to say I still have a friend? That's sweet.
No, dumbass. You still got that wad for the hit job, don't you? Probably some... doesn't. Hey. V! V!
Hey, hermano. Your new life, it starts now.
Hello there, Night City! Stanley here with you, and we got another day ahead of us in this city of dreams. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. Every new day here means 100 new arrivals, but only half these gonks will survive a year, and that's if it's a good one. And why do these peeps come to NC? Well, to be street samurai like Morgan, Blackhand, and Waylon Boa Boa. The greater the risk, the bigger the bounty, kids. Or so they say. But you can only be a major league player for so long. The faster you live, the faster you burn out. If you don't get a bullet to the brain first. NC's legends. Know where you'll find most of them? The graveyard. Matters not where you're from. Matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk. In Night City. The city of dreams.
Chick we're looking for is somewhere in this building. Probably crawling with the pendejos that kidnapped her. Eyes and ears open, all right? Speaking of which, got you a little something. Militech training shard. In case you need to, brush up on your dance moves. Down for some target practice in VR?
Sure. Why the hell not?
Let's begin with basic combat training. This session will be recorded for subsequent evaluation. This course is designed to reinforce your fundamental combat abilities and hone your reflexes. The skills you gain here will help you survive, even excel on the battlefield. I will train you to be effective with firearms, to use stealth tactics to your advantage, and to hack into enemy networks. Because at Militech...
Militech can't encrypt for shit. But they clearly got drill and jarheads in their blood. Now, Station 1, you maggot! Move, move, move! Hope you're ready to bust ass through this fascist playground. Need a handwritten invite?
This game's really good, man. It's good, but I need to fucking... I think... I think because I'm streaming, it's using some of my CPU, so I'm losing frames. Because I'm feeling right now like I'm getting 40 or 50. So I need to... give me 1 second. Because I need to... fix it so I can get an FPS counter on. I'm just looking how to do it. Right. This should work. Steam settings. Okay. I think we've been follow botted again. Lovely. Yeah, okay. Top right. There we go. I want to try and keep it at 60 FPS if I can. Are they real? No. No. Believe it or not, I think it's 100 followers for £3. So someone has paid £3 to follow bot this account. I've got no complaints on it, to be honest, because I can't get banned for it, so whatever. I've already spoke to Twitch about it, because it happened a while ago where someone follow botted me with 1,000 followers. Which is £20. Spent 20 or £30 to fucking follow bot me.
everyone. Feels great to have you back.
But Twitch removed him every month.
Did y'all hear about that
So I
Arasaka
just leave
aircraft
it.
carrier docked in Night City?
This course is designed to reinforce your fundamental combat abilities and hone your reflexes. The skills you gain here will help you.
But they clearly... Now, hope you're ready to bust ass through this fascist
Do you get them?
Let's
No.
blast through a
Yeah, yeah.
tactical target practice.
Like if you look at my followers now, I've
You know,
gone from
little warm-up.
1,500 to 1,634. So that's like 100 followers that they gave me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't think you'd find that too tough. What do you say we crank it up a notch?
To do that mouse.
Not bad. But it's more realistic if the target... It's packing up. Quit standing around and take cover. You took a hit. Use a reanimator to patch yourself up. Head to the training area when you're good to go. Oh, look. Brought some chooms with him this time. You know what to do, V. Dream work, V. Stand on the platform. Hacking's the next item on the menu.
Scan. How the fuck do I scan? Wait, tab.
This training module will teach you how to apply. Work a little hack magic on the screen. To distract the guard. Corpo trash. Style over substance. Good. Now take him out quietly. All right, all yours. Take him out. Never smart to leave behind any trace of your handiwork. Especially the dead kind. Now pick up the body and hide it somewhere. Okay. Now, try to take him down in one slick move. Focus, V. Okay. Now, try to take him down in one slick move. Think you're ready to try hacking some gonks in real time? Have fun!
Do we? Row select 55. Okay.
Now, detonate the grenade. See? Just needed to shut your brain down and follow orders. In true Militech fashion. Not too shabby. Militech's algorithms put you on a decent run. Got additional modules if you want to hone any other skills. Before you finish up, Delta out now. But remember, the street's not gonna give you any hints or second chances. Need a handwritten invite?
No.
So? Not bad, huh? Now we can get down to biz.
Let's do this.
Elevator. This way.
Target's Sandra Dorset. Target's biomon went mute a couple hours back. Suspected abduction. Target could have possibly flatlined already. Not sure you're in time.
We're in time, Bug. We. Sure you're on phones, but that don't make you any less part of this squad.
Squad. Charming.
Bug, could at least try to be nice.
You want nice, supportive? Call the damn helpline. Looking for 1237.
Is that you?
Target should be inside, but I got zero eyes on her the door. Think you can trip it on your own, V?
Sandra Dorset's protected under Echelon 2 corporal immunity. Our girl's top shelf. This one's packing black market Zetatech repros. Typical back alley fix-ups.
Mira, eyes up. Pendejos ahead. Quiet, V. Be calm. Or they'll spot us. Nice. Couldn't have done that better myself.
On your toes. More bodies incoming. They're almost on you.
Да не высовывайтесь, придурки!
Scavs are still crawling. Clean it up, clean it out. Don't want to be bringing the target out under fire. And definitely don't want a slug in your back.
Do something!
No way.
Nice shot!
Not neither.
Rip! Playtime! We got options here. Fuck, you got eyes on this shithole? Anything!
Rookie's in, look out on the balcony. Don't see any movement on the sensors. Looks like you got him. You're clear to go.
Shit, where the hell's our target?
Look around. Gotta be there somewhere.
Changes and also after as well. So this image you're seeing on screen is before the changes, and right now is after the changes. Now watching this at the hotel site much sharper, you have the worst options already selected. It's like Cyberpunk wanted to make it even worse and give you the worst options by default. So when someone brand new to the game jumps on, they're just going to be disappointed, not even knowing they can make the graphics slightly improved. So what I want you guys to do is jump over to your settings and go over to the graphics tab. Now in the graphics tab, you're going to have many options. The first one we're going to focus on is the top one called Film Grain. This is the biggest culprit on why your gameplay looks very blurry and very fuzzy, and by default it will be turned on. You want to turn that off. This will minimize the gameplay looking fuzzy and blurry, and it should sharpen up your image. It doesn't completely get rid of the fuzziness and blurriness, but it does improve it by about 80 to 90%. I don't know why they've even given us the option to have the film grade turned on, let alone turn it on by default, but any video game in my opinion shouldn't have this option because it just makes the game look very ugly and completely unclear as well. So be sure to turn that off, and the next one we're going to move on to color aberration, which is a visual effect which could potentially distort the viewing depending on which color you're looking at. Now I didn't actually know much information about this setting, however we add to the horrible option. So the next option is depth of field. Now I don't see here, if I put my hand here and just wiggle my hand around, it's focusing up my hand now, and as you guys know, I want everything to be in focus. This flare is basically specific parts of the map that get brighter with colour. So for example, the sun on, it won't make your graphic. Just turn it off. Turn motion blur off. Motion blur you want to turn off because it will have an effect on how your game looks. So if you turn it off, it's going to improve it slightly compared to what it was like before.
After a long wait, Cyberpunk today look amazing, which is a decent if crowd density option. Most of the settings are going to be covered in this graphics menu, but the first thing that you guys should potentially change is the crowd density option in the performance area of the gameplay tab. So this determines the density of the crowds. Now, if you guys remember back to those really old gameplays of Cyberpunk, there was crazy amounts of people in, I think, literally the area I'm in at the moment in the game. And that has definitely been toned down in the game already, but you can change the crowd density of being rendered in at one. Tone down a part of the game doesn't affect the game. It's VSync off. We don't want VSync on in these kind of games because we don't need it. I'll actually put this on and turn this up to 240. You could just have this on, so it shouldn't make any difference. But sometimes these maximum FPS off, because I'm not going to hit 200. Just the I was running any 2 different monitors in my living room. Hey, what the heck, man? Maxed out Brutus with 5 performance I can. And I don't have it. I don't know if they've removed that or if it's only there for certain or something, but for me, I just have this quick preset, so this is going to change anyway, but I've put it to custom. When you change all these, it'll change it to custom anyway, so don't worry. basic field of view. Now, field of view I don't think actually has an effect on FPS in this game really that much. Sometimes it can have a FOV, but night depth of field and lens glare, as well as motion blur, these are things I turn off personally in every single game. Because these are kind of things which you add to films to make them look better for like a viewing experience, but you don't want this. So they put it there. Next, in advanced, contact shadows and improved facial lighting geometries. These are the only two options here that have just an off and an on. I think I might have seen like 1 FPS depending on off and on. Off. I've seen how much of an effect this might have on FPS, but I feel like an effect on your FPS. I've got this on 4, but this should be on 16. This has like no effect on FPS. Where I'm standing now, like, just keep this on in shadows. Cascaded shadows range. Just keep this on the max, and it will keep the game looking as good as possible. The next two settings here, I'm just going to cover through. So local shadow mesh quality, local shadow quality, cascaded shadows range, and cascaded shadows resolution. These I've set them to medium because they haven't had an effect too much on my system. As I said, these have given maybe like a 2 or 3 FPS jump, changing them around. I think if any of them are going to be changed, I would change the cascaded resolution one, this one, and put this on low. Potentially I'm actually going to run that at low, probably make more sense. As you can see, I've gone down. This local shadow is being from intensive, so not really focus. Big settings for your FPS. They will tank your FPS. Turning these up tanked my FPS by about 10 to 15 in certain areas outside. So I would definitely recommend shoving these at the lowest. Doesn't really change the game from a graphical standpoint. These kind of volumetric fog settings actually feel similar to some of these film settings at the top. They're added, not that necessary. So let's just keep them off and low. Max dynamic decals, or however you pronounce that. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that word. The amount of simultaneous change much about the space reflection. All these reflections, how light is handled, especially on a reflection standpoint, listed. Having this roll on the surfaces of like at least like with my other medium settings. Ambient occlusion. This is actually similar to the screen space reflections in terms of it's definitely important for both providing better visual fidelity to the game, but it uses up a lot of resources and definitely takes your FPS. You can see it says screen space ambient occlusion, so it's got that screen space to kind of narrow gaps and just lose all that. You lose all that depth and the game looks really flat. It looks like there's so much worse. When I was talking here, I want this. See how this one plays around in your FPS. Well, I say new be an option for you, but I probably wouldn't use it. Turn it down to like 60, and yes, annoying because red and hard for the system. I can't remember what the DL is.
Straight to it, as always. First up, we have texture, while other textures are completely different. The reason the FPS does not change here is because these textures are difficult to render. However, they do require more video card RAM as seen. If your VRAM is below 6 GB, then you should consider turning this setting lower. Otherwise, we recommend a setting of high for the best textures and no performance impact. Up next, we have film grain. Use it, but we're going to recommend aberration. This setting adds a blur and distort effect. The game looks better when you are running through the environment or driving a car. It will affect the FPS during the cinematic scenes. This setting will scatter light from. It's far more annoying than immersive. You'll never notice this effect unless we take the time to pause. Now you will see that the objects are blurred on medium and high as we pass by them, and clear when we set to low. There are other moments that the blur effect is implemented, but we still require this because a crisp and clear image affects the lighting quality only. We notice an FPS drop of 2 to 4%, which only happens when a character with these additional shadow effects. Next up, improved facial geometry. This is not at all what you would expect. First off, it has no effect on faces. Not on NPC faces, not the setting actually do. It is very, given that Rogue's jacket looks rather poor with this turned off, we will recommend turning this on. Don't forget I do update setting recommendation % between anisotropic 1x and 4x. Given that the visual quality beyond 4x is hard to see, the recommendation here makes the most sense at 8x, since the performance loss is negligible when compared to 4x. Next, that the graphics are improved at a fractional cost to our FPS. This setting will thus be a no-brainer as we recommend the high setting. Moving on to the next one on the list, we have local shadow quality. This setting adds shadows on certain objects.
It's a chilled coffee at Starbucks. It's chilled as in cold, not relaxed. Interesting cold, actually.
Was on main characters and reached over a 5% drop for the high setting. This one is a bit of a toss-up. The performance impact isn't huge, but the visual improvement is also not very impressive. Recommendation will be high for the better graphics, since the up next cascaded shadows range. This should control the distance at which cast shadows are rendered. However, all my testing showed unexpected results. Medium and high limit the distance, and low setting does not. Low also retains the highest FPS, even if just barely. I suspect this setting may not be working as intended, and may be patched in a future update. If that happens, check the video description below for updates. Until then, the correct choice here will be a low setting for the best shadow quality and the highest FPS. Next, we have Cascaded Shadows Resolution, which affects the sharpness of shadows at all distances. Low looks particularly jagged and bent. Medium has a great improvement for no significant FPS drop, and high has the largest FPS drop at about 2% for a tiny improvement over medium. Recommendation will be medium for that sweet spot between since sharper and more clear. Given the FPS impact being less than 1%, makes this another easy choice. We will set this one to high. And moving on, it's important to note that such fog is quite rare in the game, and that smoke is not affected by the setting the same way. Yet, when we look at the FPS, we notice a clear drop as we move towards Ultra. What makes this setting particularly broken is that even in scenes where this setting has no effect on visuals, it still has a large impact on our FPS, with Ultra being particularly brutal on our performance, with a performance drop ranging from 10 to 50% depending on the scene. This setting is a huge performance killer in Cyberpunk, while having no visual improvements most of the time and tiny improvements in some areas. A strong recommendation to set this one to low. Up next is volumetric cloud quality. First off, this setting has no effect on smoke or fog, but unfortunately does affect performance at all times in game. What this setting adds is a shadow-like effect cast by clouds. This effect is most noticeable when it's raining, and quite frankly, the game looks a lot better without it. The FPS drop reaches 3% for Ultra. A solid recommendation for off here, graphics, and more frames, else decay after 30 seconds. It is very difficult to reach the maximum amount, even on low, unless you're using a helicopter Gatling gun. Recommendation here will be the Ultra setting, since it will never have a performance impact on your frame rate. Moving on, screen space reflections quality. This is the second biggest performance destroying setting in Cyberpunk. It controls the quality of reflections on reflective surfaces. The difference is only between off and low, and there is quite a big difference. Notice the massive FPS drop as we go towards the Ultra setting here. That's because when these high quality reflections are turned on, they introduce visual noise when objects overlap during motion. The higher the setting, the less visual noise that is visible. If we pause here, you can clearly see the noise I'm talking about. It's worth noting that even on Psycho, you'll still notice it.
Well, that's what's happening, man. I'm just looking at some setting video for this. The game looks fucking sick, but because I'm streaming, my FPS is a little bit lower than usual.
In these scenes, it's more of a trailing effect. The noise on low is really bad. It quite frankly only becomes playable on Psycho, where performance impact becomes horrible, often reaching over 30%. When set to off, there are still reflections in the game, and there are no distracting visual noise and distortion effects. Better reflections at the cost of annoying and distracting visual noise, and at a huge cost of over 30% drop to our FPS performance. It is not worth setting this one above off. down the menu, subsurface scattering quality is the ability for light to penetrate the surface of a translucent object and be scattered by interacting with the material. The effect is commonly used to add realism to faces and often adds a slight blur effect. In Cyberpunk specifically, either it is extremely subtle or it is not fully implemented yet. In either case, I was not able to notice a difference on low, medium, or high after testing many scenes. Given the 0% FPS difference, we are going to recommend high for this one, because if it does get fixed in the future, it will very likely only affect main character faces up close, which only really happens during cutscenes anyway. Moving one down, we have ambient occlusion. This is a shading and rendering technique used to calculate how exposed each point in a scene is to ambient lighting. When it is turned off, this light, or shadow rather, will not exist. In this scene, it doesn't make much of a difference, even though we lose over 2% FPS for each step. In this scene, it's a bit more noticeable, as there are many objects that cast an ambient shadow, but it is very hard to notice the difference from low to high. In this scene, we can see the difference in how ambient shadow is rendered over here, between low and high. I struggle to really call one better than the other. We're going to recommend low here, because when set to off, the shadows are completely missing, which takes away from the realism and immersion of the game. However, medium and high are not worth the additional frame rate cost, since the visual improvement is barely noticeable. Up next, color precision. You very likely won't be able to notice the difference here, because even on an IPS monitor, the difference is extremely hard to notice. It is also very likely that the difference will be lost when YouTube compresses this video. What we can easily notice is a performance drop of 5%, for a setting that you will never notice. Another solid recommendation to set this one to medium. Continuing down the list is mirror quality. This one is simple. It affects the quality of reflections in mirrors, and only mirrors. Decent quality improvement for each step, but also costs us 12% FPS for each step. However, this setting does not affect performance when not looking into a mirror. Because of this, we will recommend the setting of high here, because even though the FPS drop, this controls the level of detail in the game. What is always consistent about the setting is that there is always a 1 to 3% FPS drop from low to high. Obviously, we will set this one to low to save some precious frames while losing no visual detail. If I improved your Cyberpunk 2077 experience, consider hitting that sub button. Hitting the like button also helps, but if you share this video with your friends, that would be amazing.
Performance unfortunately caused me to get lower frame rates. So just to run you through the actual graphic settings, which also make a difference to how many medium, geometric quality that I was getting, you guys deciding what you want. Now the settings that I'm using here currently, surfaces such as city, if you've been structured, tab, ultra, medium, tab, we've got difference at ultra. But this next step is really important. Within the resolution scaling section where it says DLSS, I've got this turned to ultra performance.
Okay, right. Oh, let's try that. Okay, 31 FPS, that is bad. Next, quality. One FPS, not bad. Balanced. $60 FPS. That's quite good. However, I do feel that there'll be some scenes where that'll come and bite me back in the arse. Tell this one. Performance. Starting a VB, okay? Luat raid, what? What?
Yo, what? I just raided a giant base with like 8 C4s because it was so predictable. I'm gonna go live. You see this? Hello? See this?
Yeah, I see.
So like... There's like coffins and coffins. So we have like, let's special AKs, M2s, ammo, boom on me.
No.
More boom. There's like hella kids.
Whose base was it?
I don't know. It was this. It was these kids. PC.
Shooting for them.
It was PC machine gun ray.
Can you see him for them? That you do slash C info.
Slash what?
C, not info. No space.
Oh.
Then space PC.
Yeah, 0 out of 3. So they're 3 men. There's so many kits.
Good work, man.
You can leave now. Yeah, this was 8 C4. I literally blew in through this wall, and then through this wall.
Nice, good work, man. Right, catch you later.
Bye.
Jesus fucking Christ. Think I got her. Got our target.
We make it? She alive?
About to find out.
V, jack into her biomon. Need to know what we're dealing with.
Jacking in. Sandra Dorset, NC570442. Trauma Team Platinum.
Platinum? Shit. Trauma should have swooped in if she sneezed.
Guessing they jammed the transmitter, Sig. Looking at a hacked biomon, firmware reconfig, or a neurovirus.
Carajo, T-Bug. You ain't seeing this place. This is tubs, ice, hooks, and cleavers.
Scott Muncher's hack, huh? Got an idea. Check her neural cord. Find a shard. Yeah, pull it. That'll be what's muting the biomon.
Found the shard. Removing now.
Check the biomon. Anything change?
Greetings, Sandra. If you are conscious, assume recovery position now. An emergency evacuation unit has been dispatched and is due to arrive at your location in 180 seconds.
Biomon claims trauma will be here in 3 minutes.
Your premium plan will cover 90% of the projected costs of your rescue and treatment.
Pobrecita. Let's get her off that ice.
Oh, fuck!
She's flatlining.
B, need to know what's
Jackie,
going on.
air hypo! Fuck, this is bad.
Hey, catch, vato!
I think... Holy shit, it worked.
Fuera, cabrón. Get her outside. Fuera, get her out. Terrace.
Landing. Stand clear. Initiating security protocol. Follow all instructions. Stop in the doorway. Stop in the doorway. Place the patient on the ground. Five steps back. Now. TT-133 to control. Patient NC570442 secured. Stimulants being administered. 70 milligrams dopamine, 110 norepinephrine, 800 fibrinogen.
Let's get out of here. Elevator gets us to the garage direct.
Good work. Shit show's over. Cutting my wires now. See you in the near future.
Listen, mano. I got this thing. Mind if I borrow your wheels? I got a date with Misty, but I can't take the metro. How's it gonna look for me?
Won't leave you hanging, Jack. But don't get used to it.
You're saving my ass, V. Thank you. How about I drive you home, huh?
She's all yours. I'm beat as it is.
Oh, almost forgot. Should get Wakako on the hollow. Tell her the job's done.
V, how did it go? Our client is alive and well.
Of course she's alive and well. That's what we agreed, isn't it?
Splendid. Your payment awaits you, ready to come and grab whenever you like, even right away. But I guess home is the only place you wish to be now. The NCPD has surrounded Watson. The district is closed. If you're to make it past the cordon, you must move fast.
Thanks for the heads up. Swing by to see you later. Word's out the NCPD's gonna put Watson on lockdown. If I'm gonna sleep in my own bed tonight, we better put it in 5th.
Can't stop digging Night City.
City like any other, just bigger.
Nah, mano. Not just any other city. Morgan Blackhand, Andrew Whalen, Adam Smasher. Legends are born here. Man, I'm starving. Let's grab a tight bite. What do you say?
Jackie, they're locking down Watson, remember?
Oh, shit. You're right. Is it just me, or... Oh, fucking knew it. Hello. I don't like this. Not one tiny bit. Stop!
Fucking drive, Jackie!
Come on, V! Chingada
Hands,
madre!
keep her steady!
Hold tight, V!
Holy fuck!
Mierda! Perdón! Got you, asshole! V! Aim for the driver! Chingado! Scratched your baby up pretty bad. Sorry, V.
It's okay. It can wait. Let's just focus on getting home.
Damn. Pulling out all the stops.
Watson's on lockdown to further notice. Necessary security measure.
Officer, ma'am. Damn, are we ever lucky we ran into you.
Really? What's it that makes me so special?
Heart of gold. Because only somebody with a heart of gold can understand just how much I need to get back to my girl.
Your girl?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be worried sick if I don't show. I mean, I'm trying to be a stand-up guy. She's giving me a chance. Waiting.
That's a shame. Let them through. But they're the last. Okay, on your way.
You have a good evening now, officer, ma'am.
So you can be nice when you feel like it.
When am I not nice? Always? I'm always never not nice. Check it out, V. Shit's going down.
Doesn't look like your average bust.
This ain't your average
badges. That's Max Tac. NCPD's apex predators. MTAC rolls in when things fly out of hand. Gonks out there, though. Just a midday snack for them. Well, show's over. Poor bastards. But they had it coming.
Made it. Almost at your place.
What about you? Not likely to make it back to Haywood now.
Chill, V. They'll let me through.
Sure about that?
Oh, yeah. I'll play nice Jackie again. Sweet dreams, then.
Tell Misty I said hi.
I will. Ahí luego.
To the nearest store for a taste of sweet, sweet, sweet clean speed. Because life is too short to be slow.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. It's good.
Good evening, Night City. My first guest tonight is the president of the
Forgot earlier. A runner I know has something you could probably use. Zip in your deeds.
Praise be to thee, our Father in heaven. And our second guest is Karina Lee, host of the Chip In program, which promotes the use of cybernetic implants. How's that treating you, beautiful?
Can't complain, Ziggy. Thanks for having me.
Oh, stupid gate's busted again. Third time.
No matter. Time you got up.
I think I might have caught something when I jacked into that Corpo's biomon. Dunno, neurovirus or... Need to see Vic. Let him tell me what's got my head reeling, my stomach churning.
Okay, let me take you. I brought you a ride. Throw on some threads, meet me downstairs.
Right, boys, I'll be back in a sec. I need to do a PC restart.